From the All Indiana Podcast Network.
The All Indiana Podcast Network.
This is the News 8 Daily 8.
Now all the latest news.
Kylie Conway has all the news you need to know.
And more.
Please stand by.
Now, here's Wish TV's Kylie Conway.
Hi, this is Kylie Conway, and this is the News 8 Daily 8 for Tuesday, May 4th. Have the rain gear just handy for your Tuesday. We are going to have two waves of showers as some storms possibly move in. So the wave happened, the first wave happened before sunrise this morning, and that's going to be the biggest concern of the day. So there are some isolated strong to severe storms, though, possible with damaging winds and large hail as the primary threats, but an isolated tornado isn't out of the question east and south of Indianapolis. The second wave of showers and storms will arrive later this evening. We're also going to have cooler air moving in with highs topping in the upper 50s to low 60s. But again, a very low threat for that severe weather. Just know that it is a possibility.
This is just trying to beat the virus, try to get everything back to normal.
Eyeing a new age group to get vaccinated. The FDA is weighing whether to authorize Pfizer's coronavirus vaccine for 12 to 15-year-olds. This morning, we're hearing from a pediatrician who says vaccinating this group is critical. So the Food and Drug Administration is set to authorize Pfizer's coronavirus vaccine for that age group, 12 to 15, by early next week. That's according to a federal official who spoke anonymously. The company has already applied for emergency use authorization for the age group, and the official added that they expect the FDA to approve Pfizer for children even younger by sometime this fall. Pfizer's vaccine is currently authorized for use in people 16 and older. In March, the company released results from a study of more than 2,000 volunteers between 12 and 15 years old. And doctors hope that extending vaccinations to teens will further accelerate the nation's reduced virus caseload.
If we don't immunize that group, that's going to leave a big part of the population that's susceptible to the virus and be able to continue on the pandemic.
Pfizer isn't the only company seeking to lower the age limit for its vaccine. Results also are expected by the middle of this year from a U.S. study of Moderna's vaccine in kids 12 to 17 years old. And this morning, the American Academy of Pediatrics reports that children represented 22.4% of new cases reported in the past week. And the United States is now restricting travel from India. As of midnight, an order from the president bans visits from almost anyone who's been to India in the last 14 days. The only exceptions include U.S. citizens and permanent residents and humanitarian workers. The White House says the restriction is based on advice from the CDC, citing the massive surge in cases and virus variants in India. And the death toll is rising after an overpass collapsed in Mexico City, sending a train plunging onto a road. At least 20 people are dead and 70 others hurt. There was at least one broken train and cars trapped underneath. Right now, dozens of rescuers are searching through the wreckage, and the city's mayor says a support beam gave way, causing the collapse. And this morning, police say there is no more threat after a shooting in a shopping center parking lot in Brownsburg. It happened early last evening outside the old Kmart store on Green Street. Officers told people to avoid the area for the next several hours. Police do tell us, though, it was an isolated event. They've not yet released the name of the person killed or said what led up to the shooting. No charges are being filed as of right now in the crash that killed a teenage couple on the way to prom. That's according to the Hamilton County Sheriff's Office. Authorities say they do not think drugs or alcohol contributed to the crash. One of the students killed, Lyndon Byram, is the third Cathedral High School student to pass away in about a year. Cathedral Junior Jonathan Knoll died in a car crash in December. In March of last year, football player DeMario McCullough was killed in a shooting. The school's principal says the school has made sure students have had the time and space to heal.
We've said all along that we're going to give grace. We're going to give grace to our students if they feel like they can't be in class that day and they just need to go sit with their counselor or stay home or go sit in the chapel, do that.
Cathedral plans to honor Byram at an all-school mass tomorrow. School officials say several other Catholic schools have also reached out, including sending additional counselors to help. And services are also set for Kaylin Hart, the Hamilton Heights student killed in the crash. Visitation will be Thursday at Randall and Roberts Funeral Center in Noblesville. A funeral service will be Friday at 1, followed by a burial at Cicero Cemetery. And people at the school are remembering Hart warmly. The superintendent says she was involved in theater and choir and wanted to go to Indiana University to become a teacher. He told us that his focus right now is helping the students who knew her and cared about her.
Our heart just grieves for her family and for
her friends, and we want to make sure that we do our best job to support her family, to support her friends here at school, support the entire school as they deal with tragedy.
School leaders are bringing in grief counselors and faith leaders and several therapy dogs to help students and staff. And now to herd immunity questions. Many health experts now agree that 80% of the U.S. population would need to be fully vaccinated against coronavirus to reach herd immunity. The latest data from the CDC shows nearly 32% of Americans are fully vaccinated. About 44% have at least one vaccine dose. Some health experts feel it's possible to get a vast majority of Americans vaccinated. Others believe virus variants and vaccine hesitancy can make it difficult to reach 80%. There is agreement, though, on the importance of driving infection rates down.
That's the reason why you hear all of us in the public health sector essentially pleading with people to get vaccinated so we could crush this outbreak.
If we can get the infections under at very low levels, most of us can get back to our lives in normal ways. I think we can probably live with that.
The CDC also reports the rate of shots is on the decline. The most recent 7-day average was 2.3 million doses per day. Nearly 4 weeks ago, the average was 3.1 million doses. And organizers of a fundraiser for India say our viewers at Wish TV are coming through as that country sees soaring COVID-19 cases and deaths. News 8 featured the work of the India Association of Indianapolis last week. The group is raising money to send supplies to help India handle its massive spike in coronavirus cases and deaths. Leaders say minutes after the story aired, someone made a donation large enough to help several families. Since then, the fund has brought in $15,000, enough to buy 5 oxygen concentrator machines. Organizers and experts alike agree India is far from getting control of the virus.
The surge definitely has to hit peak at a certain point, which we're expecting the next couple of weeks. But I think it will have a lasting effect for months.
You can still donate to the India Association of Indianapolis. Just head to wishtv.com and click on the multicultural news in the news tab, and the story will be at the top. And there is a report out this morning detailing how the pandemic is impacting mental health. Healthcare company Anthem conducted a study that found young, older, and impoverished people were not getting the mental health care they needed throughout 2020. Mental health care providers report an increase in the number of patients dealing with depression or anxiety. Of the providers surveyed, 3 in 4 believe the pandemic could impact the mental health of people for 3 or more years. And this is Tell Your Story Tuesday in the Colts Mental Health Campaign. The team asks you to share your experiences on social media and use the hashtag #KickingTheStigma. It's a 4-day blitz with a different theme each day. The team is also raising money with a little over $12,000 donated so far toward a $300,000 goal. Music fans are mourning the loss of a man best known for putting Indiana on the map for independent country music. Dustin Boyer was the owner of local honky-tonk Duke's Indy. He died late last week at 40 years old. Friends and musicians say Boyer poured his heart and soul into the bar.
Kind of get some lip from some owners, but Dustin was never one of those guys. He always treated everybody with respect and, always sat around and cut up and gave us beer when we needed it and, kept us happy pretty much.
Duke shared a statement with us after Boyer's passing, saying Dustin played a huge role in bringing honky tonk a place to call home in Indianapolis and the Midwest. He touched the lives of many. His legacy will live on at Duke's. He will truly be missed by all. The White House is raising the annual cap on refugees to $62,500. It's a change from last month when the president faced widespread criticism for keeping the Trump administration's 15,000-person limit. Biden says it was important to raise the number to show America's commitment to protect the most vulnerable. He added his goal for next year is to allow 125,000 people, but says that will be hard to hit. One of the world's richest and most charitable couples is divorcing. Bill and Melinda Gates announced their 27-year marriage is over, announced on Twitter yesterday. The Gates stated they will continue to work together on their foundation. The couple created the Bill and Melinda Gates Foundation in 2000 to fight poverty, disease, and inequity. The Gates have 3 children. And to business headlines now. A central Indiana town can call itself the best suburb in the nation. That suburb is Westfield. That's according to Homes.com. It's seen its population and home prices grow. Westfield dominated several categories. The city is a short drive north of the state capital. Craftsman-style homes with large yards dot the airy Midwestern landscape. and young families frequent many of the beloved bakeries and breweries. Eli Lilly will hold a conference call today to discuss its sustainability initiatives. This will include any environmental issues it has at operations around the world and hiring a diverse workforce. Apple is reportedly seriously considering building a foldable smartphone, and it's likely to launch in 2023. This is according to an Apple analyst who wrote in Mac Rumors, who claims that the device will have an 8-inch QHD Plus flexible OLED display. Apple was awarded a patent for a foldable smartphone in 2017, but none has materialized yet. Southwest Airlines was named the #1 carrier in the 2021 Airline Quality Rating, besting the competition in a year that saw a staggering 60% decrease in airline passengers. It earned the top spot by minimizing customer complaints when would-be flyers were demanding refunds in the early months of the pandemic. Kroger begins testing drone deliveries. Kroger is partnering with Drone Express to deliver items like baby products, over-the-counter medications, and picnic supplies, weighing up to about 5 pounds from a test store in Centerville, Ohio. Walmart is launching a drone delivery as well, a pilot program for groceries later this spring, and UPS has also tested out drone deliveries. The Indianapolis Motor Speedway is honoring a man known as a beloved and fierce competitor. The Scoring Pylon and IMS Plaza Board are paying tribute to Bobby Unser. IMS announced a 3-time Indy 500 winner died Sunday at his home in New Mexico. Unser is one of 6 members of his family to race in the Indy 500. He and his brother Al are the only siblings to win the greatest spectacle in racing. Sports director Anthony Calhoun talked to Unser's nephew about his uncle's love for racing.
Uncle Bobby, for the last 2 or 3 years, all he did was live for the month of May, and so, you know, he made it to the month of May, even his final year, and I'm sure that he had a smile on his face when he passed.
Unser is part of an exclusive club, being one of just 10 drivers to win the Indy 500 at least 3 times. He drove under the checkers in 1968, 1975, and 1981. Bobby Unser was 87 years old. A switch for the month of May. Street signs representing Indy 500 drivers are set to go up downtown. Alexander Rossi is scheduled to put up the sign for Rossi Boulevard near Monument Circle later this morning. And today, Lowe's is hoping to hire more than 750 people in our area. The home improvement chain is hosting a national hiring day from 10 to 7. Lowe's says you can take applications directly to stores and interview there. The company's looking for seasonal, part-time, and full-time workers. And this morning, there are only 8 games left to seal a spot in the playoffs for the Pacers. This year, the NBA is expanding the postseason to include a play-in round. The Pacers are in the middle of that mix. So is Washington, last night's opponent. The Pacers were great offensively, pouring 141 points in, but unfortunately the defense was a mess. The Wizards scored 154 points. Karis LeVert led the Pacers with 33 points. Russell Westbrook had a triple-double for the Wizards with 21 boards, 24 assists, and 14 points. The Pacers host the Kings tomorrow. And finally, a 10-year-old boy from Fishers is on a mission to help the homeless across Indiana. So last week on Daybreak on Wish TV, we told you about how Maddox O'Connor got police involved in handing out 200 blessing bags. But his goal is now much bigger. He's wanting to give out 3,000 of the blessing bags. They have food, hygiene products, and even a personalized handwritten note. They're going to go to people who are in need. And it turns out Maddox has been on this mission for the last few years. And the most inspiring part is that his compassion was born from his own health struggles. Here's Hannah Mordeau.
You got deodorant?
10-year-old Maddox O'Connor's living room.
Bags of chips, Pringles.
Is more like a blessing bag assembly line.
We have a letter.
The most important part? What's it say? A handwritten note.
You are so loved by Jesus and Maddox's mission.
A mission to make sure every person without a home or basic needs has some help.
I think it's really special.
Maddox says it's simple.
It just makes me happy.
Happy to help. You see, this all started when Maddox was 6 years old. He had to go to Riley Hospital for Children a lot.
He is a child who happens to have a fatal illness. He is not a fatal illness. And I think that kind of pulled on his heart because he knows what it's like to struggle for even the basic things.
Maddox's mom says he suffers from a rare form of muscular dystrophy called mitochondrial disease. He was going to treatment at Riley when he started giving some homeless people nearby his lunch.
He looked at me and said, I know what it's like to live in a world that I didn't ask to live in. They just need love.
Love. It sparked a passion and Maddox's mission. At first,
his initial goal was 1 million bags.
They settled on 500 bags every 3 months. Now he hands them out to homeless camps and shelters on Thursdays, and even asked the Fishers Police Department to get involved.
And we gave out 200 bags to them to put in their police cars.
So far this year,
can't even keep count.
He's given away 800 or 900 bags, but his goal is 3,000.
You're awesome too.
You're awesome. High five. Proof that making an impact isn't measured by the years in your life.
He's done more to show love and compassion and kindness in his little 10 years of life than most people can in an entire lifetime.
And Maddox's mission is to make sure it doesn't take a lifetime for everyone to know they matter.
They can make a difference in the world. They are loved and they can make a really difference in the world.
Again, that was Hannah Mordeau reporting. If you would like to help Maddox make a difference, you can. He has a Facebook page and an Amazon wish list. You can donate goods there for the blessing bags. He also needs help filling the bags. So a group of volunteers gets together at a local church every few months, and people are welcome to join in. For information on how to get involved in all of that, just go to this story on wishtv.com and you'll see it there. Click on it. All the information is right there. This has been your News 8 Daily 8 for Wish TV. I'm Kylie Conway, online at wishtv.com, and follow us on Facebook when you search Wish TV.
Check out more podcasts from the All Indiana Podcast Network now at allindianapodcastnetwork.com.
allindianapodcastnetwork.com.